So hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. If you didn't already know, Rangam has expanded their operations into EMEA and APAC, and Lee and Emma will be discussing the work they're doing during our REDI chat, Meet the Team. Lee Corliss is Rangam's Senior Vice President for Sales and Partner Relations, and Emma is Rangam's Solutions Manager. So Lee, can you tell us about your role at Rangam?
Certainly can. Thank you, Amanda. Well, you've taken half of that away by giving my title away, which is really good. Fancy title for basically saying I'm leading the expansion of Rangam into EMEA. We've launched into the UK and Ireland, but very quickly we're being asked to support companies further into the EMEA field. So although we wanted to stage it, we're being asked to do it a lot quicker. I'm also looking after the Asia Pacific region, where we've been launched for a number of years out in India. But what I'm looking to do now is bring more structure and help build and expand out in the Asia Pacific region. So 2 fantastic teams, and I'm excited to see what we can deliver for Rangam.
Wonderful. Emma, tell us about your role.
Yes, so I am Solutions Manager and working really closely with Lee to kind of get the business going over here in EMEA, specifically in the UK. And I suppose my role kind of straddles 3 different areas. So the first area is meeting and kind of working with employers to help them see the benefits of hiring from a different talent pool. So the benefits of hiring autistic people, neurodivergent people, and people with other disabilities. And then working with talent providers and service providers, because one of the things we're really keen to do is work really collaboratively. So working with those groups to see how we can support the work that they're doing and link their candidates and their job seekers to roles. And then the other focus is on working with candidates to make sure they understand that we exist, and we can make sure we're understanding candidates' skill sets in different areas, which helps lead my conversations then with employers to look at kind of parts of the businesses they might want to start exploring vacancies within. So yeah, it's a bit of everything, and I hopefully can come up with the bespoke or tailored solutions that work both for the employer and the job seeking community that we are hoping to get employment.
Sounds like a complete collaborative. That's amazing. So what made you want to work at Rangam?
So for me, in my previous role, I'd already worked closely with Rangam. They were supporting me on delivering of the program that I was leading for my previous company. And having met Nish and 𝗟𝗄𝐿, the owners of Rangam, a number of times over the years at differing events, just knew that the overall drive and passion that they had was exactly the same as mine. The mission statement was exactly the same, so passionate about wanting to find employment for everyone, and really wanting to support companies in building programs to ensure that they were able to deliver that employment for everyone. And I'd clearly done that at one company, and I wanted to do it at more, and I wanted to be able to help more people like my son, like myself. So when I was offered the opportunity to come and join the leadership team at Rangam, I couldn't be more happier and really pleased that I have such an exciting opportunity to bring something that I think is unique and different into EMEA.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And you, Emma, as well? What made you want to work here?
So from my point of view, so everything Lee said probably resonates for myself, but based on my past experience, so I used to lead an enterprise and employment service for a national charity for autism, for autistic people to get into employment, which I love. So I love anything to do with employment, with autism, with accessibility. And during that role was when Lee and I met, and we worked together for a number of years, just kind of trying to find ways to collaborate. So when Lee approached me, I was kind of really keen to work with him on a professional level and work together on the same mission. And then when I met with the rest of the senior leadership team and all my amazing colleagues that I now have over in the US and in India, Amanda, yourself included, I love the fact that, you know, everything we do is there's true co-production in everything we do. So everyone kind of lives and breathes accessibility and inclusivity, whether that is through themselves being diagnosed or having lived experience. I don't think I've worked with anybody yet that hasn't had some sort of personal connection or lived experience of neurodiversity as a whole. And for me, that just makes it amazing and makes every day a joy, really.
Yeah, I definitely feel there's a dynamic for vested, but you two are definitely the dynamic duo. So what sets SourceAbled apart from other inclusive hiring programs that exist out there?
There is a number of areas. You know, when we talk about holistic workforce solutions, we truly mean that. I believe we're one of the first companies that truly does traditional and non-traditional hiring and does it well. So we're able to source talent no matter where that talent comes from. It's just talent, and that's the big thing for us that sets us apart. There's the consultative approach on the SourceAbled side, you know, really working with companies, understanding what they're trying to achieve and building processes and how we work with them on that collaborative approach to suit what they want. It's their end game. This is not what Rangam is, you know, wants. It's what is the company's aim, and you know, we're not forcing agendas on anybody. We're saying, if you really want this to stick and you want to change your culture, we have a framework for that. We can work with you to understand what parts of that framework really do support you. And then on the other side, the candidates, actually, we do care about the candidates. We don't just ask for a resume to be loaded. We have great conversations with the candidates. We learn more. It's not about submitting a piece of paper. You're submitting a person for a job. And our technology is the final piece. So we have our talent indicators, and all of that information really helps us to give some information to employers around whether their strategy of building that role in that area is correct, and really helps us place talent and match that talent for right first time matching. I'm not really going to go too much into the talent indicators, just to say that if you do want to know more, then do reach out, and we're happy to talk about those talent indicators and how they can help and support you build out a more inclusive team.
Wonderful. Emma, do you want to elaborate any further?
Yeah, I'd love to. So I think for me, the main word is that kind of collaboration piece. So it kind of coming on from what Lee was saying there about, you know, how we place talent, we do it truly collaboratively, and we would never pass any talent to an employer if they didn't really fit. So, you know, we're not all about needing to get the income in, whilst, you know, that is something we need and everyone in this industry needs. It's not about the money. It's about making sure the placement is the right placement, the role is the right role, and everybody has the right support and knowledge to make it successful. And also, from the collaboration side with service providers, it's when I work for a charity, everybody wants to work collaboratively, everybody wants to link up, and everybody wants to join it. But one of the difficulties of doing that really well is every charity needs to go again for the same funding. Every charity is kind of with that same aim. But what we hope to be able to achieve here is bring all of those talent providers together and service providers together to be able to support them to kind of grow some of the work that they're doing. So we're not in the market to take work from people. We're in the market to really say, how can we help you achieve your objectives based on the tenders that you might have and the projects that you might have to achieve? And also, how can we support you to continue your business? So if you're working with a job seeker and that job seeker is placed through us, but actually they want to continue working with you for in-work support, then let's make that happen. Let's make sure we're not kind of then coming in at that point and taking the work away, so we can really work in that individualized, collaborative way.
Right. So how can our program, SourceAbled, support employers to recruit inclusive and diverse talent?
So employer-wise, as I touched upon earlier, it's, diverse, making your talent or your company more diverse is probably the easier part of the whole piece. We can all hire and meet some targets around diverse. The tough part is the inclusivity bit. How do you, once the people come on board, how do you make them feel included in your team? And that's where, back to our consultative approach and helping them build a program, raise the knowledge level of managers, of the team that will sit around that employee, is vastly important. And ensuring that that manager is well supported and that business area is well supported, because they're going to have a lot of questions. If you're changing a culture, there's lots of questions, and being able to have those questions answered by people who have been through it before is hugely important. So that, our SourceAbled program is there. We give 24 hours support to the business, ensuring that when anybody lands in their business, that they're fully prepared to support that individual, but equally helping them to realize that they've already got people in their business that they perhaps are not supporting because they've never disclosed before. So building that inclusive culture will mean more of their workforce will disclose, more of their workforce will be able to get the support to be able to deliver, and therefore their productivity, all of those kind of things improve on the back of this kind of program. It's massively important that you have a diverse culture that mirrors the community that you're serving, and that you are hugely supporting every single one of your employees to the best that you can, because you want the best from them.
Absolutely. Emma?
I don't really know what I can add to that, because Lee gave such a comprehensive.
I agree. That was pretty. I was like,
but I think one of the things is we can kind of, what we want to do with employers is really show them the benefits of having that diverse team. One of the analogies I've used in the past is a car engine. To have a car engine run really smoothly, every single component in that engine does something really different and has a really different kind of skill set and the thing that they need to do to deliver, to work really effectively as a team. And that's what we're doing here with the work that we do, is bring in those diverse skill sets in and creates a well-oiled team, an effective team, and supports businesses to come up with those innovative solutions. So all of the work that Lee discussed there brings together one really well-oiled team.
I agree. Mission focus, right?
Yeah.
How can our program benefit job seekers and industry colleagues that support job seekers to secure work?
So I think the very first thing, having sat the other side of the fence and being an employer, is having a centralized candidate pool, support network to be able to go to find talent is massively important. So therefore, as a job seeker, knowing that lots of companies are going to be going and seeking your talents and coming to that one place is a great start. The second point is, because we spend time to understand more than that's just written on that, on that piece of paper that is a resume, that a lot of artificial intelligence reads the top lines and says, well, you've never done a job like this before, so you're gone. So we're working more and understanding them more as a person. What is their passion? If you can find a job that is your passion, you're going to do fantastic. So all of those things really are important to me as a job seeker, that the person that's helping me find a job is going to take that time. And all of that information then helps us, again, back to those talent indicators, helps match them to the right role that really suits what they're looking for, because we thoroughly understand them. And that we would then fully supporting them into the workplace. So as they transition, this is a big step for a lot of people. Maybe their first time in employment, or they're really starting to step up from from a job that they've just done. It was just a job. Now they're stepping into a career. That's a big step. So all of that support that's needed, again, on the Rangam Care side, we are really reaching out, supporting them, ensuring that they transition well. And we do that in conjunction with anybody who's already helping them, any of the charities, any of the local support networks. If they're all working with them, it's a whole ecosystem that we're bringing together of support for that individual as they transition in. So what can we do? We make that as easy a transition as it possibly can be. It's not. None of us like change, but autistic, neurodivergent, people with disabilities, change is horrendous. So anything and any help that goes above and beyond is really useful. This is a whole. It's like a big hug. It's a wraparound as you enter into the workplace.
I love that. Emma.
Well, I would say from my side, it's what we can do for candidates is help them to both succeed and thrive within their employment if they kind of secure employment through working with SourceAbled and with Rangam. One of the things I used to get asked a lot was, where can I find employers that want to hire talent like mine? And this is, what happens is if you find a job through our jobs board and through the work that we do, you can kind of already start to be confident that you're going into a situation that wants to know. So yeah, that's probably the biggest part for me of what we could do for candidates.
Wonderful. So sounds amazing. We just need to tell them, how can people get in touch with us to find out more or get involved with the program? What's our next step?
There's so many ways. I would say one of the key ways is just email us, and we can put that, we can send that out. We'll put that under this, but it's inquiries@sourceabled.co.uk. Or if people just want to follow us and see the work that we're doing and see far too many pictures of me around the country, they can follow us on LinkedIn, SourceAbled UK on LinkedIn. Or just kind of reach out to us. We've both got LinkedIn profiles. So, just say, hey, and we are, if you want to find out more, you're not quite sure whether you're ready to take part in the program yet, we want to talk to everyone.
Fantastic. Lee, do you have anything to add?
She covered absolutely everything. But the one thing you won't see is an awful lot of pictures of me at the sourceable.co.uk, because I do avoid the camera. Even though Emma is trying to push that when we're at events, the more likes we get, the more likely I am to appear on the camera. So if you've got no other reason to follow us except to try and help Emma's cause to get me actually on a photograph, we're happy with that too.
Yeah, mission accepted. That is definitely a challenge we all want to fulfill. Wonderful. Well, thank you both for your time. And thank you to the audience for joining us from Meet the Team, and look for more REDI chat. Thank you.